Hey, what's up everybody? This is Troy with DDM's Realm, and I've got another video here for the summer festival that's going on right now. If you haven't already, throw me a subscribe, become a patron, follow me on Facebook and Twitter. I'd really appreciate any and all support I can get from you guys. You really help make this possible. Alright, so what we're going to do now is we're going to talk about the Saha Ball and the tickets and stuff that you get. This is the most confusing thing that I've seen people do and have issues with, so I'll go into a little bit more detail about how to get it started, what do you do to play, and how you're going to play. So, you're going to get the quest, you're going to come up here, and you're going to talk to people about playing Saha. You get a couple quests here. Anyway, this is going to be your first Saha Ball move you're going to learn, basically. This is the one that you're going to need to actually play. So you're going to go ahead and accept that. Go for level the game, and this will take you over to somebody. You can read through this, kind of tell you about the event here. Come over here and talk to them about how to get your hands on a Saha Ball, so that he can help you, give you a few more tickets here, and I'll show you what these tickets are going to be for in a second. And he's going to tell you how to get your Saha Ball. This will be, you can make one with these ingredients that he gives you, and you can also grab one off of the Zen store. This is a voucher for a free one. You can also buy them as well. They're 100 Zen each, but it seems like kind of expensive when you look at how many of these things you're going to need to actually buy. So go ahead and accept this one. It tells you to go and gather some flowers and play in a match. So before we go and grab our flowers here, let me show you what we're going to be looking at getting for the playing Saha. You're going to get copper tickets, silver tickets, and mithril tickets. These can all be exchanged for items and prizes and that kind of stuff. So what everybody wants to know for sure is, what are the mithril ones? Well, you can get the Midsummer Legendary Mount raffle. You get one of these mounts for when you get one of these tickets. Now remember, this is still going to be just a chance to get one. So if you get a mithril ticket, it doesn't mean you've won the jackpot. It means you get a chance to win it. So you get some legendary mounts, which is still pretty cool, but it is going to be a pretty serious grind here. There is a Midsummer Epic Mount raffle, which is some epic mounts, which is pretty cool, as well as an artifact one. So those are all the goodies that you can get out of this. The more reasonable things that most of us will actually end up getting is maybe some silvers. If you're lucky, you get some silvers from winning a match or something like that. Or as you play enough matches, you'll have a better chance for that. I'll show you that too. But you can exchange your silver tickets in for some pretty cool stuff. You have some enchantments. The Prez Ward's pretty nice. There are some insignias you can pick up for these mounts, as well as there's some stronghold packs, which are actually pretty sweet if you have a stronghold and need some stuff. These influence and gems could be quite nice. And then the one where you're going to spend most of your copper tickets are the copper exchange here. And you see that we have some points here, or we have some copper tickets. Sorry, it's getting late. And we are going to, one of our quests that we picked up there is this volley quest. So we're going to buy this first and make sure we get it. So we have it in our inventory, and this is going to be your first move that you learn. Your next move, well, there's 3 more Saha moves that you can do, which is the check, which is probably the one that most people get. You can basically knock other players down every 30 seconds. There's this one that you can kind of just pop it up in the air, and then this one, spiking, so you can shoot it really hard in a direction, which is probably the second one to get, which is nice. If you have a guild team or a friend group or something like that that's coordinating, you can really make use of each person having different moves and probably dominate Saha Ball if you're able to work together. But it's very hit and miss on whether you get a group of people that know how to play, or they're just goofing around, or somewhere in between. And then the other things you can get in here are fashion items. There's body paint, there's actual items, there's these different Saha balls you can get, and then there is the relaxing summer chair, which this one gives you the emote relax, which you can kick back in a chair, which is actually kind of fun. Alright, so one more thing, you can actually buy these on the auction house. Like I said, they are 100 normally, but our ticket will let us get one for free. If you look at this, it shows it's like the boxes for Protectors Jubilee or for the Winter Festival. The Saha ticket balls are the same exact idea. You will get these in various different ways, and then you can play Saha with your group, whoever's grouped with you, and you can get some of these prizes and rewards. The more you open, the better your chances are to get more and better things. So if you look at this, let me drop this down a little bit. I think it's being obscured. So it's more than just opening them up. It's also how many times you smack each Saha ball. So if you have under 150, you're only going to get Fire Blossom petals and copper tickets. But if you get over that, you have a chance for silver tickets, and over 300, you have a chance for mithril tickets. And it's going to count every time the group member volleys or smacks your Saha ball. So when you open one up, make sure everybody's ready and smack the crap out of it so you can get tons of volleys. If you're lucky, you can get 20 or 30 volleys per ball, which really starts to add up if you get people working together. At the end of this video, I'll show you some tricks to get tons of volleys. Alright, so I have my whatever of the volley. We're going to double click that, and then that's going to teach me that move and then give me the ability to actually play with it. You can come back up here to complete your quest. If you want to kind of test it out, you can. So talk to them, you've completed it. You will receive volley. It's basically a power for Saha. And then once you start playing Saha, your bar down here at the bottom, if you see, is actually changed. So here's all the different moves you can kind of try out, but you only have volley to start with. Alright, so you can click this, set a Saha ball, and then you can try giving it a smack. And then if you have these other abilities, you could try those out, but since I just have one, I can play around with how that's going to work. And if you look, it shoots right away from me, so no matter where I am, kind of changes that direction. So it's kind of weird, and something that you'll definitely have to get used to. But it's a fun little distraction, and if you get a team that starts to work together, it can actually be a lot of fun, even though it's a pretty basic game. Alright, so I'm going to go grab my flax flowers, get that piece of the quest done real quick, then we'll play a game. So this first one is right out here. And you can just let it pop and reappear here. Keep using it, or there's other ones around here if this one is just too used up. Alright. So we have that done. Let's go ahead and play a match. To play a match, if people in your group, make sure they're in your queue group just like everything else. Go to events and you want to do a Saha match. If you have a group together, cool. If you don't, it will group you. So let's talk about getting into a match here. Alrighty, when you join a Saha match, you will come out on your side. Let's see, we're there. The enemies will be in red, and then you'll see some little areas will appear on where you might want to start. I don't know if it actually takes these into consideration or just throws you where it wants you, but where you start is where you'll end up for the rest of the match. So to play, charge on in there, boom, and jump up and score. If you're in the front row, it's very much like a lot of these sports where you should be kind of on the attack or on the offense. If you're in the back, jump to defense. Check and make sure people are playing. And kind of keep an eye on where people are running around. So you're going to come back to your spots here and kind of try to back each other up if you can. Try not to be in a big mob, because if it gets out in the open, it's easy to score, but keep in mind this is for fun. And this is not a precise sports game. This is a little bit more for fun. So we're starting off here, all we have is the volley, we just have one ability. And try not to be mad when it doesn't quite go where you want to. You lose the ball a lot while you're playing, which is a little bit annoying. It fades away. So your body will deflect it, I think. Jumping can be kind of helpful. When you have the moves, I'll try to do a little better video of maybe how to use some of the moves. But I've noticed that if you kind of start at the outside of this little ring, after you kind of get reset, you can kind of wait until it says play and then time your jump a little bit here. If the developers are listening, it would be great if you could just put walls up or something and bounce all these balls back in, because this out of bounds thing is pretty annoying. Some of these games, all it is kicking out of bounds for. So if I'm in the center position, I try to basically start, knock it off to the right or the left, see what they're doing. Oftentimes they'll have the power that knocks people down. But if I'm off to the side, I will try to kind of run down and receive the kickoff kind of thing. See if I can smack it in. And so you saw him, he just ran up and kicked it out, basically playing defense there. If it gets near your goal, people will just knock it out of bounds and reset. Different strategies to play, that's for sure. Did you see that curveball right around the goal? That should have scored. Robbed. I said, even though this game is a little bit frustrating and weird, you can definitely have some fun with it if you're doing like a guild group. Oh, does this work? Nope, flip up. Power play right down the middle. Did you see that curveball? Ridiculous. Ooh, got an assist in. Nice. Crushed it home. Uh-oh. Lots of offense there. Play some D. Yeah, get it out. Alright, so the game is over, and it often is very much up to luck for this because it is so wiggy. The ball does weird things, game freaks out, but you can learn to use its wigginess to your advantage or kind of learn the quirks of it and play with it that way. So if you look here, I got 3 copper tickets, got the Fire Blossom Petal. When you win, you can get 3, even got silver. Last game, I think, on one of my other characters. If you tie, you get 2. If you lose, you still get 1. And I think that's pretty consistent. Sometimes it doesn't quite work out that way, but it's a common reward for this one. So if you look at that, 3 copper tickets, 1 game, 10 minutes long, and we're going to get 1 ball out of this thing. So if you're planning on grinding this stuff out, I'd definitely work at trying to get some of the moves and abilities, because that's the only way I can see this being interesting. If you have a team, a guild group, that could be very helpful, or even just friends that are working on strategies or trying to work on actual plays, that could be entertaining. But really, just like the other events, even if you lose miserably during that, you still get rewards for it, so just sit back and have fun. Alright, so we'll turn this in, show you, get my very own Saha Ball. This is going to be a daily quest, so if you want to do this, make sure you come back and do this every day. It's also, you don't have to do it for the tickets as much, but if you want to get the Saha Balls to open up, you can definitely snag those every day as well. So this will give me a ticket right here, a little coupon. So with this coupon, I can get a free Saha Ball, and I will go ahead and buy this one and get it in my inventory here. But let's go ahead and go in here, and that quest gives you some items that you can actually go in and make the Saha Ball that's actually in your inventory. To do that, you're going to want to use the items that were given to you by that quest to craft the sales cloth for the ball. 30 seconds of those, 3 of those, you got yourself another Saha Ball that you can open up. Again, when you do that, make sure you group up with friends, strangers, anybody, so you can share the rewards with the group. Alright, so getting the most volleys. So it doesn't count how many times you open it, it's how many times you kick each of these Saha Balls. So the best thing to do is actually find a place where you can kind of round up that Saha Ball so it can't get away, so everybody in the group can kick it. So the most common place that everybody is doing it actually is under this bridge here inside of the Summer Festival. There's a little nook underneath here that you can kick the Saha Ball into, and then everybody in the group can kick the crap out of it until it gives up all of its loot here. So once you throw it in there, just have the entire group just start kicking away, and it will give up all its loot, and you can get most 25-30 volleys out of each time. This will really help you increase the amount of tickets and use you get out of each of these Saha Balls. So when everybody's talking about going to the bridge and opening Saha Balls, this is where you do it and sort of how you do it. You can do a couple of them, kick them out until you're totally lagged out, or you can collect after each time. That's completely up to you. Make sure you actually move in here and kind of block it in, because if you leave any gaps or give it some room to wiggle out, there's a good chance that it does actually wiggle out here. Just like that. Alright, well that's pretty much how you open these Saha Balls to get the most out of them. This is an approved and okay method to do it. You're basically just using the mechanics as intended. And I don't think anybody's got in trouble for this. Alright, well thanks for watching. I really appreciate it. If you haven't already, throw me a subscribe, follow me on Twitter and Facebook, and become a patron of my site. I'd really would appreciate it. Good luck, and if I am able to get those other moves and figure out some other stuff, I might throw more of a strategy video together for Saha Ball, but that should get you going at least so you can start working on those games and getting those tickets. Alright, thanks again for watching. Play smarter, not harder.